Excerpts from The Earth Has a Soul by Carl Jung, edited by Meredith Sabini. This is an excerpt from the introduction. Interconnectedness, a living reality. No man lives within his own psychic sphere like a snail in its shell, separated from everybody else, but is connected with his fellow men by his unconscious humanity. This unconscious humanity, which Jung called the collective unconscious, was in no way an abstract concept, but a living reality. It is that immense treasure, it is that immense treasury, that great reservoir from which we draw, Jung said. In a 1960 letter, he stated that the collective unconscious is identical with nature to the extent that nature herself, including matter, is unknown to us. Nature, therefore, would encompass all the archetypes. Jung was openly critical of the separatist ethos of our time. I remain I, and you remain you, the final expression of the alienation and incompatibility of individuals. Although he did emphasize the individuation process, he explained that this was compensatory for the mass-mindedness of our era. Individuation does not remove the individual from the social sphere, but enlarges one's connection to it. No one can individuate on Everest, Jung remarked. As a result of his reflections on what took place in Nazi Germany, Jung arrived at the concept of collective guilt. He gave the example of a murder that is committed in one's own neighborhood. The emotional reaction to it are never restricted to those directly involved, but touch everyone. Everyone in the vicinity experiences being victim as well as perpetrator. This model has application to global environmental degradation. Although neither you nor I may be directly or casually responsible, say, for the deforestation taking place in the Napa Valley to make way for more vineyards, or in the state of Washington to produce building materials and paper products, we do bear some responsibility through our consumption of wine, wood, and paper. Jung's most profound contribution to interconnectedness theory and practice is the concept of synchronicity, the way by which internal and external realities are meaningfully, though not casually, linked. The contamination of air, water, and soil on the planet is paralleled by similar diseases of blood and tissue in people. The current extinction process that involves plant, animal, and tribal life is paralleled by an atrophying of phylogenetic or survival instincts in Homo sapiens. One symptom of this is the phenomenal rise in autoimmune disorders in the last decade. Atrophy of instinct is how Jung diagnosed the malaise that affects those of us living in modern civilization. Civilized man is in danger of losing all contact with the world of instinct, a danger that is still further increased by his living in urban existence in what seems to be a purely man-made environment. This loss of instinct is largely responsible for the pathological condition of contemporary culture. Jung discovered, however, that instincts do not fully extinct. Rather, they fall into the unconscious and become dormant, but potentially can be revived.